Okay guys, so what I'm here to talk about today is the NFL, and more specifically, why the emergence of Odell Beckham Jr. may cause the New York Giants to have a bad season in 2015. Now, the main reason why I say this is because when you look at the New York Giants in 2014, the Giants were able to finally get a sense of what kind of speed Odell Beckham Jr. really possessed. As a result, they realized towards the middle of the season that if Odell Beckham Jr. had one-on-one coverage against an opposing cornerback, that opposing cornerback was most likely not going to be able to keep up with his speed. Not only does Odell Beckham Jr. have elite speed at the wide receiver position, he also has great hands at the wide receiver position. He could catch almost anything that's thrown at him, either with one hand or with two hands. Now, with these two factors in mind, going into the 2015 season, I would expect the New York Giants to increase the amount of times they pass the football from 37.9 in 2014 to about 40 or 42 times a game. Because, like I said earlier in the video, if Odell Beckham Jr. has man-to-man coverage against a cornerback, Eli Manning is most likely going to go it over the top or over the middle of the field because he knows that 90% of the time Odell Beckham Jr. will be able to outrun the cornerback and the rest of the defense for a good chunk of yardage. Now, if Odell Beckham Jr. is double covered with a cornerback and a safety over the top, that's where Eli Manning can use the rest of his wide receiver group, because most likely either Victor Cruz or Ruben Randle is going to be covered by a linebacker, or even, for that matter, Larry Gunnell, so they could take advantage of a slower linebacker and gain even more yardage if Odell Beckham Jr. is double covered and can't get open because of that. Now, here's the downside to the New York Giants potentially wanting to grow the football even more than they did last season. The New York Giants' offensive line is mediocre at best at this point, and it has gotten worse this offseason since their offensive tackle, Will Bailey, isn't gonna start the season with them due to a torn pectoral muscle, and he hopes to be back in October, if not later. So that means that the rookie Eric Flowers is going to start at either right tackle or left tackle, and Justin Pugh is going to be at guard. What this does to the offense is that Eli Manning has less time to be able to process his reads and make a correct throw, because the opposing defense will get to him much quicker than they did last season, and I expect him to be sacked more than he got sacked last season. As a matter of fact, according to TeamRankings.com, Eli Manning last season got sacked 1.9 times a game. Now, since I expect him to throw the football more, I expect him to be sacked about 2 times a game, maybe even more. And when he doesn't get sacked, he's gonna wanna get rid of the football quickly, which may lead to bad decisions and interceptions. On top of the fact that throwing the football more puts Eli Manning in danger even more than he was last season, throwing the football more potentially means that the defense will be on the field for more time than they were last season. In fact, according to TeamRankings.com, the New York Giants defense spent 29 minutes and 15 seconds on the field last season for each game on average. Now, because the New York Giants want to throw the football more, I would expect that to go up on average by a minute or two. And that's bad news, because the New York Giants don't know how JPP is going to be able to produce this season due to his hand injury. And on top of that, they lost one of their leaders at safety on Roll to the Chicago Bears in free agency, and replaced him with a rookie in Landon Collins, and who knows how he's gonna play. So that potentially means that the quarterback and the safeties will have to cover the wide receivers even more than they did last season, because the Giants may not be able to get the same type of pressure on the quarterback than they did last year. So, due to all these factors, the emergence of Odell Beckham Jr. is bad news for the New York Giants. Just to give you guys a little hint, I am a New York Giants, and I would a New York Giants fan, and I would prefer that Odell Beckham Jr. were to be a secondary option in the offense, because if we focus our offense around the running game, that means that potentially Eli Manning will be in less danger and the defense will have to spend less time on the field. Granted, we may not get the same amount of yards per carry a game that we did last season due to the fact that the offensive line is mediocre, but at least it saves Eli Manning and the defense from being in danger for more than they have to be. Well, guys, that's it for right now. Peace.